try to see the way the world turned, what happened to me. It's not exactly what I thought it would be. I got my house on a little piece of land. This is the place I'm gonna take my stand. But I keep living on dreams. One thing I know, that's the way it's gotta be. Am I living the American dream? I keep searching for that dream of me, hoping someday that I will see myself in American dream. Chance I get, you can't change nothing if you don't do that. I pay my taxes even when it hurts.
Skip it this shit.
Sometimes
Let's have us a Blue Dot family meeting. I swear it's about time, ain't it? It is. Wrong switch. Ah, shit. I just started doing this shit yesterday. I don't know what switch I'm supposed to be sliding over there, making it go up and down and all that shit. Anyway, baby. It is Tuesday, and we're sliding into a new week, and I'll tell you what, it's already picking up out there. Anyway, let's get to the hellos first. Dwayne Drizzle was the first one to jump in, followed by Bart Larson and Nancy Halverson. Thank you, darling. Jay Clayton and Stephanie Dean moving over to the big screen, baby, so you can see my hands. I don't think that's the reason. Anyway, Jay and Steph, I'm glad you're both here. Steph, take care of yourself, baby. We're sending you our love. Anyway, Irene Lambert and Debbie Marie is here. Dwayne Twizzle was already here before, but we'll say it again. Anyway, Tamara Harrington is here. And you know what I'm thinking, darling. I'm glad to see you in there. Bruce Preston, thank you. Mildred Ocasio. John Herod. All right, our archaeologist here is so we can dig into some shit. That's what we do. John's here to help us, guide us through. Anyway, Dorothy Tyndall. Randy Peterson. Woo! Freer pig, huh? No shit, out there in my old stomping grounds. That's right, Randy's out there. As a matter of fact, he is out there stomping around the ground my wife used to play on when she was a little girl. Anyway, I'm tickled to death that you're out there, brother. Carol Lowe is here. Sandra Campbell, thank you for being here, darling. James Price, hey, buddy, how you doing? I'm glad you're here. Petrazi 20, thank you. I'm going to get that right yet. Husuk Ensberger is here. Husuk, thank you for being here. I'll get that name right someday, I'm sure. Just Coggins, Karen Van Wyck, and ask that lady how long it took me to get her name right in my mouth. Anyway, Blue Dot Greeter Marcus here. Thank you very much. Pauline Hall. Hey, it is a Blue Dot day. Hey, guess what? I got mail. I got mail from Pauline Hall, and I'm wearing it, baby. It says, "My cat hates Trump." Thinking about making the moderation here and putting an S over there by that T over here, wherever it is, right there, up here, putting an apostrophe S up there, so my cats hate Trump. And yes, they do. And Pauline Hall, thank you very much for this shirt. I appreciate it tremendously. I wish I would have been wearing it just a little while ago at the store, because I went into a little store up here, and as I'm walking out, a guy is standing there chatting with somebody, a lady over here, and the guy's over here, and I have to walk between them. And he is wearing a Trump 2024 t-shirt. So when I walked by, and I can't make too much of a ruckus there, my son works there, so I looked at his shirt and I went, boy, had a shit. I'm going to pray for you, and I walked out the door smiling. Anyway, Pauline, thank you very much. Wish I would have been wearing this one. Anyway, let's get on with the business here. Jeanette Miller, Oh, let me get on down here. We won't get this thing. Fantradoth that's here. Just Debbie Murray. I'm flying by. I know Bernadette Pree and our own Miss Chick are in the room. Greg, thank you for being here. Irene Lambert and Marcia, thank you very much for being here. I did get mail today. I got mail from Pauline Hall in the form of my fantastic shirt. I hope it looks almost like a Halloween pumpkin from that angle. But anyway, it's a cat with sunglasses on, and it says, "My cat hates Trump." I got more mail, baby. I got more mail. I got a card, a letter from Tony Boyd, and God damn it, Tony is up in Terre Haute, Indiana. I just spoke to him a minute ago. I've been speaking to him the last several days. Tony is the one that sent me my lighter. He sent me one for me and one for Mama. And the last couple of shows, he wondered why I wasn't using his lighter. I said, "Well, Tony, I'm out of butane until payday. I'll get my butane in it." Well, Tony didn't want me to wait, so he sent me along in this a very, very nice donation. And Tony, I've already called you up. I ain't gonna get choked up shit again. Tony knows what he did, and I want to thank you so much, brother. You changed my day totally with that, and I thank you for it. And yes, the lighter's got plenty of butane right now, so anyway, makes things easy to handle. So let's go. And I don't know what happened in the news today. There's nothing going on that I know of. Are you shitting me? The biggest, well, not the biggest news, but the big news in politics was that Jim Jordan, and I watched it on TV as they took the roll and called out the votes, and I was expecting maybe 6 or 8 no votes on him, some voting for somebody else. 20, baby. 20 no votes on Jim Jordan. I think that's a bell ringer right there, and but he scheduled another vote for tomorrow, so I guess he's got the thought that he's going to change some mind. Anyway, we're going to see. And the other news in today is the heartbreaking story of a hospital in Gaza, in central Gaza City, that was hit by a rocket or an explosion. The Israeli Defense Forces say that it was a misfire on a missile that they were trying to launch. And Palestinians are saying that it was a missile from the IDF. So that is it's being discussed right now and trying to find out. I'm sure with enough cameras on that damn spot, it shouldn't be too damn hard to figure out where the hell it came from. But it's going to be found out. But it screwed up everything. Biden was on his way to a summit with not only Netanyahu, but the King of Jordan. And it was supposed to meet with the Palestinian leader. And now the Palestinian leader and the Jordan trip is off. He's still going to Israel, as far as I understand. Anyway, I'm losing my breath. Let me catch up on 2 things here before we get too far in. Michael Johnson came in with $2 and said, "I lost my..." Oh, yes, I saw that, Michael. Brother, I saw your post on Facebook, and it just about broke my heart. Yes, he says, "I lost my only female kitty yesterday." Fuck Trump, fuck Abbott, and fuck DeSantis. Even with heartbreak, he keeps up with that. Brother, my heart breaks for you. Yes, his little cat was hit by a car, and it was just, devastating, and I know that feeling. And Michael, brother, our hearts go out to you, and if it helps, I'll send you one. Anyway, and Fontradat, I'm going to get it right one day, came in with $2 and said, "Cats hate Trump because of the dead one on his head." There you go. It looks just like one. Anyway, thank you both so much. I appreciate it. Bernadette.
Yes, John.
Say hello while I take a breath.
I will. Gonna say, Michael, I know how you feel. It's heartbreaking when we lose our little furry friends like that, especially to that kind of
I like what all
a way to
American
go out.
natives,
But
all American natives said, "Pets leave paw prints in our hearts," and they do.
yeah,
I have a collage on in our hallway. You know, one of those things you put a lot of pictures in. And that's 45 years of me and Marcia's pets, and it is. We remember the first one to. Anyway, They live in your heart, baby, and
I
they always do.
I know they do, and
Yes,
they
they do.
always do.
They'll run around in
So
there forever. Anyway, Miss Chick, how are you?
I'm a little tired, that's all.
What's up? You been out partying? What's
Oh
up?
no, just working, working, working.
Well, now you need to quit that shit.
When did it
four
be?
letter word.
I thought I did.
Not,
For some reason, after I retired, my activities damn sure picked up.
Yeah, you thought you was
The
gonna
end of my
sit
retirement,
back
I was
and
sitting
sit
behind the
around.
desk. I didn't
Yeah,
have to do anything. Shit,
not
stamp
at
papers and make
not at
decisions. I'm
all.
good at that. Denied. Get out of here. Anyway,
Ah,
life was
you
easier.
know, it's a damn. I didn't hear about the hospital being.
This is
Ah,
a this was a
I
devastating
was
story,
involved
and
with.
it is going to
Yeah.
change everything.
mhm.
Yes.
Because here's the deal: they're going to do their best to find out where the what happened, what caused that hospital to explode the way it did. Whether it be a misfire from a missile being fired from there, a misfire from somewhere else that hit that building, which is kind of stretchy to me, or whether it was the IDF. But at this moment in time, the answer it is doesn't matter. People have
No,
already made up their minds where they are in the hearts of where. If you're in Gaza, what are you thinking? People around the world.
and when would this investigation happen? Come on,
Yeah.
really?
Well,
Yeah.
I'm just
Yeah.
thinking. There's cameras 24 hours a day live. It is the
There
news of the.
was.
Yeah,
There might not be anymore.
yeah, yeah. They may cut a
Ah.
lot of those speeds, but now we're talking about uh, telling 2,000 of our troops to get ready to go on the ground.
Well, how
This
many journalists have they lost? Didn't they lose like 12 journalists or something already?
already, yes,
It's,
yes. I was watching one. He was an independent reporter and his family in his car trying to leave Gaza with his camera running, and there are explosions, buildings, boom, the whole freaking building gone, just outside his view of his window with his kids and his wife in that car. I can only imagine the terror that they're going through. There's terror on both sides of this fence. It is heartbreaking to watch this go back and forth, and we know it's going to escalate. We know it is. The
well,
West
now
Bank
it's
went nuts.
creeping
Eh?
around the world. It's creeping around the world.
That's dangerous.
Because what was your rant about today, John, at the end?
Oh, you caught me
A
off guard.
6-year-old? 6-year-old?
Oh, yes. Yesterday's rant? Yes.
We
Yeah, that
have the
spills.
American Taliban out there
Well,
doing what
that makes me, and I do. That really hit me yesterday when that story came out, because I do hold the Republicans responsible for a lot. I hold Fox News responsible for that shit, and Breitbart and all the other bullshit stations out there that keep pumping fear into our people, our country. They pump it up there. They want you afraid. They want you to hate the Democrats. Hate them, hate them, hate them. They're terrible people. We got to get revenge and all this. What are they pumping? Damn sure not unity. That's not what they pumping. That's not what they want. They want domination of this country. And I fear some of them will go to any extent to get it.
Their Republican leader for the last 7, 8 years have been talking about Muslim this and that, and kick them out the country. They're from shithole countries and everything else. This has been going on for years and years and years, and people, after being in a pandemic, being shut down for 1 or 2 years, um, people losing their income. I mean, people are on strike now.
I was looking for the
People
idiot's
lost
name.
loved ones. We, as a society as a whole, have suffered a great trauma at the hands of Donald Trump and his policies. The other day when we were online, somebody kept asking in the chat, which kept me and BW very busy, about what was Trump's policies. Why did we not like him? One of his policies was not to take the fucking pandemic serious enough as the
He
leader of a nation,
he
and people lost people. We lost people in the Blue Dot family.
Yes, we have.
Friends that we consider family now. And this is to have Ukraine going on and now this, okay? Biden knew when he was set to go over there that this was a big risk to his presidency. This is a make or break point for his
The
presidency.
mere fact that he's going to Israel during a time of war.
Absolutely. Absolutely. And this is not
Cojones,
a fucking
baby.
joke. And yet we have clowns in our own house that we can't seem to smack them upside the head and tell them
he wants another vote tomorrow.
Serious.
He's going to get another vote tomorrow morning. He wants another vote tomorrow morning, and he's not going to get it. How are we going to do this like Kevin McCarthy? Are we going to go 15 rounds or some shit?
We've seen this. We've seen this story before, and yes, John, it could go that way. But do understand what's really at point here is to make Biden fail.
That's their main goal. They what's this guy?
That's the problem. Is making Biden fail. You make
this country hurt, baby. It's not just Biden.
Sitting out there on a few aircraft carriers, the possibility of them failing also because of all this bullshit that's going on with our Congress. People, we pay.
We don't have a Congress, Bernie. We don't have a speaker.
Every time I see the shit that's... Yes,
They're
John,
but
those fuckers are still getting paid.
Oh, yeah. Oh, they don't mind that part. They're doing that for the American right.
I mind that part. And we as the people need to be real upset about that. We are on the brink of some real serious shit going on in this world right now. And these fuckers are up here.
It's going to spill
playing,
over.
You know,
all of this shit is going to spill over.
I want to stick.
You know, that's what my wife is. I'm sure a lot of your family members are concerned about right now. These are dangerous times. You know, how much would it take for this war to expand if Lebanon jumps in, which is already, Hezbollah has already been firing rockets to their end.
It'll take a couple of rockets, John.
The West Bank now is protesting like crazy. They're upset about the hospital strike as well. Anybody should be. Tensions are running very high. We have one carrier group in the Med and another one on the way. We're telling 2,000 Marines to get ready.
Yeah.
You know, what a more perfect time for Russia. If, at any moment, China could just say, well, they're busy. Let's go ahead and take Taiwan. And what would we do there?
Here would be, because I saw Biden's speech on 60 Minutes the other day, and the man is resolute about what he thinks and feels about the direction that this nation should go on. And one thing that he is correct about, we are the United States of the world. Of America, but pretty much the fucking world. Slipping my lips, but you know what? We are that nation, and we can chew gum and walk at the same time. Okay, we can be prepared.
Well, you know, I was talking to Travis about that earlier today because he said concerned about
to deal with. Travis should be concerned because we got clowns in our own house that is fucking this shit up.
Well, he was concerned about multiple fronts, and I reminded him that we've been through this before.
We've done this shit before.
We've had World War before. We've handled two fronts, one in the Pacific and one in the Atlantic. It's too high up cost. We can't go this way. There has to be greater minds that get involved in this shit.
John, I'm all for Biden going over there, and I know what he was trying to do with Anthony Blinken behind the scenes in this diplomacy thing that was going on, and I'm positive that they're still working that as best that they can. But that's not going to stop Israel from shooting rockets, and it's certainly not going to stop Hamas. They're not playing by no international fucking rules of war.
No, this is getting into a conflict that is going to be really devastating to the whole world. Let's get a couple more. Angie, are you with us? Angie,
we can't hear you.
All right.
I can't.
Sorry.
Angie, baby.
Yeah.
Anyway, how are you, darling?
What? I'm good. There was one thing that I watched the news a little bit this morning,
Mhm.
of course, I probably missed out a lot today while working, but uh, they dropped leaflets telling everybody to go to the south, right?
They
Right.
did.
And then what they do? They bombed the shit or started striking the south. Am I correct in that?
No, you are correct. As a matter of fact, I think today there was a missile strike about a half a mile from the Egyptian Rafah crossing
Yeah.
into Egypt today. I know that there were three convoys heading south, convoys of civilian cars and stuff that were headed south that were hit by airstrikes. 70 people died in that. So yes, gee, damn, I wish I knew the answers. I don't. My head is so full of fucking questions. It's not even funny.
I think,
I struggle every
my
day
take
with
on
this
it,
issue because it
I
involves. Huh? Go ahead. I'm sorry.
yeah, I mean, the what I struggle with is, look, it's kind of like the way, and I'm not a Middle East expert by no means, but it's almost a
Mhm.
feeling I get from the Israel. They want to annihilate them. Period.
Israel
You
is
know,
denying
Well,
that
now
they had anything to do with that blast. Hamas is denying that because both sides
on
is
the
blaming the
hospital
other
right
one
now,
for doing it.
but the
Yeah,
stated reason for Hamas is to destroy Israel. They want Israel. Hamas wants Israel off the map, just not there. They want to return
got
it
that.
all to Palestine, and that's their
And
stated
and they
goal.
don't and they don't really give a shit about the Palestinians in doing so.
Donna Sturdivant, always good to see you in there, baby. Let me see you, Mitch. Mitch, are you with us, bud?
Oh yeah. How you
Uh,
doing
Hey
tonight,
Mitch,
I'm
John?
hanging in there by a thread. How you doing?
Hello, Bernadette, Richie,
I'm
Angie.
good. Thank you.
Glad
How's
to hear it.
There,
How's
there's
Nope.
Julie?
She's all right. They're
Good.
downstairs watching some dumbass show.
Ah, well, I bet they're being entertained.
So how about that? Literally, the worst performing congressman in the history of Congress.
Jesus Christ.
Look at that.
Yeah,
I swear, when they hit four and we knew he wasn't going to get it, I was smiling. But then the number kept getting higher, and with every one, I started giggling. It got to 20. Yeah, kiss off,
yeah.
Jeff. You ain't getting in, buddy. Jordan ain't getting in. Dig your
Here's a
left, dig
trivia
your
question.
what?
Who called Jim Jordan a legislative terrorist?
Pray tell, who did? I'm not sure.
John Boehner.
John Boehner,
Yes, he
Speaker
did.
John Boehner,
Yes, he did.
Speaker of
That's
the
the
Yes,
House
he
one.
with
did.
under the Republican Party.
In
Yes, he did.
2013, he said Jim Jordan was a legislative terrorist at a one-man hit squad.
Uh, Mitch,
Oh,
I'm sure
yeah,
you know that it's a number, man. The number of legislation that Jim Jordan has brought to the floor.
I
Ooh,
believe
ooh,
it is
ooh.
an easy
Well, that
guess.
is passed. It's that he's passed.
That is passed. None.
He's never even got
He
anything
has
to
it.
committee.
He was
So,
involved with one that was
yes,
introduced, and mind you, he's been there how long now? Since the Tea
16
Party.
years.
You know,
29 years.
he's not
16
there to do
years.
legislation. He's not there to serve the
No.
people. He is there, just like Mitch insinuated, he's a legislative terrorist. He is there to roll up his sleeve and scream,
he's
and right now he's in the middle of impeaching Joe Biden
he's
for
a
something.
legislative disruptor and a
That's
stochastic terrorist.
that's all he does
That's that's who the GOP want to be third in line
for the
of succession.
Well, y'all
presidency
think about
in a
this.
dangerous world, in a dangerous time. You
Should
know,
he become speaker, which would be far worse than Kevin McCarthy,
I don't know about
because
that.
he well, I do. Um,
that Jim Jordan
because
would be worse than Kevin
the next,
McCarthy.
el-
Oh yeah,
yes,
oh yeah.
the next election, should his front fat boy lose, do you think that he will uh certify the election?
No, no.
So yes, I do think he could be and would be worse than McCarthy.
But again,
Speaks
well, it
that.
wouldn't be him certifying. It would be the vice president on certification ballot, just like we had in 2020 during the
Yes,
insurrection
but
when
he
Mike
would be
Pence
Speaker of the House,
yeah,
and that bullshit that we saw last time around
that's going to come again.
definitely go down again.
I don't want to see the
Absolutely.
violence that we saw on January 6th ever again in our house, and I don't think we will to that scale. But am I fearful of something happening? Yeah, yeah. Because like I say, right now, all I hear the Republicans every time, and I don't give a shit what subject matter the news person asks them. Well, what do you think about this in the House? Well, let me tell you this, and then border comes up, our southern border. They're pumping this shit. They're on the border down here with knives in their teeth, and they're coming over. They're gonna rape father rapers and all that shit. You know, they're trying to scare this nation as much as they can and turn one American against another. That's the only thing I see the Republican Party doing, is trying to divide this country so they can get their voters. They can't get them to the polls unless they're motivated, and fear motivates. And let me thank
John,
Michael.
one of the things. Go ahead.
All right, let me catch Michael Johnson, who came in with another $2. Said we need to strive, not struggle. Go Dark Brandon and fuck Trump. That Dark Brandon, he's got some balls, baby.
Well, and then you have
balls. Go ahead.
Speaking of the growing list of twat-like people, we have Elise Stefanik, who introduced Jim Jordan, saying he should be lauded for his success as a coach at Ohio State. That's how detached these people are from fucking reality.
What is this with the Republicans and coaches? And Jim Jordan was a coach. Now what's this asshole down here? Tommy Tubashit. He was coach for Alabama. So, he's our guy. You know,
it's a weird Dom sub BDSM thing. It's got to be.
It
just
weird
Dom thing.
Why would you think Tommy Tubashit would be a good senator? Senator, not congressman. No, we're talking senator.
Who's that other asshole? Who's called Dobmeyer?
Oh,
who calls himself coach? You know what I'm talking
yes,
about.
Yes,
with a cap with a cross on it.
Yes.
What the fuck is wrong with these people?
There's a list, buddy.
And my job.
There is a list.
My official title, I'm a coach. That's what I do for a living.
That's
which is
true.
Why it's really particularly disgusting to me.
I would imagine. Because that is your job, to coach people to do the right thing, to strive in whatever field that they might be in, to do the best they can, and reach for the stars, and all that good stuff that a coach does.
And I'm not a fashion.
Indeed. So, anyway, Radiotron 47 came in with a $2 donation and said, "Bless you, John." No, wait a minute, I lost my banger. Bless you, Radiotron. Thank you. 47, baby. I like that number.
Hey, it's Dave. I got the stuff.
Hey, Dave. Dave, are you here, Dave?
Yeah, man. I'm knocking outside the door. Open it.
Oh, man, I can't tell. Dave's not here, man. Anyway, brother, how are you?
Pretty good. Good. Kind of a little upset a little bit because of Janet Yellen. Ooh, I don't know if anybody heard about that today.
We might.
But
clue me in, because my day has been busy. There's a lot happened. I saw the Jim Jordan vote this morning. Right after that is when I went out the door and came in about 15, 20 minutes, 30 minutes about before started the show. So.
Yeah. What's going on with Yellen? Sorry.
No, go ahead.
What's going on with Yellen is she's the Secretary of Treasury, and she's saying, "Oh yeah, we got enough money to handle both of them, Israel and Ukraine." And it's like, seriously? People are starving around here. There's no free lunches for kids and stuff, but yet we have enough money to fight two wars. Come on, man, this is ridiculous.
No. War is good for business. War is good for business.
I know.
When we're talking about the economic impact of war, well, there are winners and losers, just like there are in
Thinking about why another reason why the Republicans suck, because they're warmongers. They're profiteer warmongers. They're not even violent warmongers. They just want the profit. They don't care about who wins.
If it was left up to the Republicans, every war would be a contractor war. Where do you think we got what's some guy's name? Black
Eric Price,
Yes, yes. Which it was. Remind me who he was. He was
Blackwater,
Blackwater, and he was
yeah,
the brother of
DeVos,
somebody.
Betsy
Betsy.
DeVos.
Oh, Betsy DeVos. That's right, Betsy DeVos's brother, who
Speaking of
formed,
assholes.
who formed a mercenary group, and we hired them. Yeah, prophets of war, baby. You bet your ass because they
You
raped
know,
this country.
check it out.
But
Black Halliburton and Blackwater were the two big contractors that appeared. Nobody ever heard of Halliburton before because they only operated in the petroleum services industry.
Halliburton is
It
a
was the Gulf
huge name
War
in
that
oil and
allowed
gas.
right. It was the Gulf War that allowed them to expand
Yes,
into all of these, war services.
Yes.
And they were charging the United States government, you and me, $35 a meal.
Yes, I know that.
$35 a meal.
Because
for
as I
feeding-
always have said for
Yeah.
damn near, then nobody will fuck this country over faster than good fashioned red-blooded America, baby. They'll fuck this country
Yeah.
over the heartbeat and
I can
smile
tell you,
going out
man,
the door.
for $35, I can go out with Julie for $35.
No shit. No shit. I mean, it won't
have
go
a
as,
really
as
good
far as
dinner.
it used to, but it would buy a meal for two. Yeah,
I
no,
could get a
everything
hell- I
everything
could
that
get
the
a hell of
government
pizza.
sells you is overpriced, and it is just it's ridiculous. Y'all have all heard the
Now-
story of the $1 million hammer, but it's not really a
Yeah.
hammer. It's a 3-page description of what it does.
Uh,
Yeah, that kind of shit still goes on. And until it brought out in the news again, we all sit back and go, wow, the defense budget is really high. Yeah, it is. Go ask
I
us-
like where they talked about the $15,000 toilet,
There you go.
and that toilet was designed to be used in aircraft that were flying at super high altitudes. So I really don't think that a regular toilet would have really worked in that case. I'm just putting it out there.
Nobody went to the toilet when you're at altitude. If you're and I flew in lots of them.
Just hold it
we
in,
had a
damn
bathroom
you.
in there. Nobody
Hold
wanted to
it
use
in.
it because the standing rule on the aircraft was the first guy to use it is the one that empties it.
That's
So, who's going to be the first one to go? Because every eye on that airplane's watching your ass. Go ahead.
See, that's another thing about the defense budget is, they say the barracks are like the worst around here. They and all they do is like they maintain and upgrade like officers' quarters and stuff. But as far as there's like 9,000 barracks that need to be repaired, and they're not even doing it.
Oh yeah.
So it's like, where's that money going? Weapons.
It's going for
all
your
weapons.
defense. Weapons is a big thing. Weapons are
Why can't
future development. Oh, we got to come up with new ways
Yeah.
to kill people because the old ways of killing people.
Right.
Yeah, we got to
They
find out
keep
new
using
ways.
the same ways.
Hey,
well, that's why recruitment is down just
recruitment
a smidge.
is down right now, and that as a veteran, that does bother me a little bit,
Yeah.
because it's more about why it's down. Why it's down? It's because the faith
Yeah,
in
'cause
this
people
country is
don't wanna
being
be-
taken. Yes, go ahead, finish
People
that.
don't want to be killed, John.
Yeah, they would if they had the inspiration and the true. I don't know, Mitch. Me and you both know that when we went in, we were pumped up. We went through boot camp. Rod came out of there and then went to the
Yeah,
fleet
yeah,
and said,
yeah.
"Oh fuck, this isn't what they said." Anyway,
Yeah, really.
yeah, it was. Yeah,
I mean, I guess
yeah,
Sarge-
it gets you in there, but
Sarge, I have a question.
yeah.
It
Shut
says
up.
it says here in our smart books that so and so, but it turns
Shut up and take out the honey bucket. Anyway, let me thank Angela Barnes, who came in with $3. Thank you very much, baby. Followed by Chris Tarugo. I know I said it wrong, Chris. Sorry. Came in with a $5 donation and said Eric Prince, not Price. Eric Prince. Indeed, that's his name. And that's stretching. I got my radio. I mean my tongue
Hey,
is all
John.
tied because Radiotron 47 came back with another $5. Radiotron 47, thank you. And Buck Haynes just came in with $20 Canadian, which is like about $6,000 here, I think. Buck Haynes, thank you very much. I appreciate it. The donations you see here, believe me, I appreciate from my heart. This is no bullshit. John's out there going rich and going to Vegas. No, John's not doing that. John's trying to keep his head above water. And those donations help tremendously. So my heartfelt thank you to every one of you that do that. You were saying,
Yeah,
Mitch?
and if you haven't donated, and you have a few extra bucks, it wouldn't kill you.
It's always appreciated in this family. You know, there's so many across our family, our Blue Dot family, and across this nation that are in the same boat I'm in. Treading water, baby. You know, a lot of us. I keep my house on a monthly basis, baby, just like rent. If you don't pay it, they want you to move. Huh?
We got to take care of each other. That's why we're here.
That's why we're here.
We're not here to look, right? We're not here to look at each other like we're crazy.
Wasn't it nice when we thought, you know, and as soon as I started saying that out of my mouth, I immediately thought that, well, for some people in this country, when was that? Never. But we should be the country that we strove to be. I don't know who thought of the founding documents or whatever you want to call it. The inspiration for everything that we have done is based on the fact that this is a country made of immigrants, that we all came from someplace else, and we came here, and the one thing you can do here is become American. Well, look at us, we are. And
here we are.
Here we are. Does it make a difference?
Question for you and Mitch.
Go ahead.
How bad were the barracks when you guys enlisted and stuff like that? Was it that bad, or I mean,
they're talking. Who do you think cleaned the barracks? Those barracks were spotless.
Them barracks was spotless. I guarantee you, it was spotless.
Oh my God!
I'm just wondering about
now,
you know, like broken toilets and stuff they're talking about now. You can't.
When I went into boot camp, and I went into boot camp early 1971, and my boot camp had just recently, in the grand scheme of things, had opened up. It did. Orlando, Florida, had a large naval base there for recruit training, and not Orlando.
I thought you just did it at Disney World.
Yeah, well,
like everybody else.
Yeah, like everybody else. Well, what pissed me off, Company 053, going into boot camp, we were a 16-week company. That's how long boot camp was. 16 weeks. There was a pause. There was no company that was formed right after our brigade. And it was about, 4 weeks later that we're going, hey, you got a new company forming. Well, shit, man, it's been like 4 weeks. The next company was a 6-week company. They had cut boot camp from 16 weeks down to 6 weeks. Half the shit that we went through, those guys ain't going to go through. You know, weapons for one thing. They dropped weapons training. Yeah. A lot of shit they dropped. You don't think every time that company went out on the freaking grinder, which for you civilians is where we all march around on this great, big, huge 10-football field piece of concrete, we would wait for them to get on the grinder and we would march towards them. Because junior companies had to get the way out of a senior company. And by this time, I'm a senior company, so get the fuck out of the way. We would wait for them. I'm going into my old stories. We would wait for them to go to the chow hall. We would send a spotter up to make sure that they were just about to get to the fucking door when we would line up and march to the chow hall. Thing is, if senior company becomes behind a junior company, get the fuck out of the way. To the left march, get out of the way. Let a senior. We would fuck with them every time we got a chance. We knew it was pissing them off, but we really didn't care. Anyway, such was the life of a young sailor. But no, when you leave boot camp and you're all pumped up with all that patriotic shit that you just went through, and you are, on graduation day, baby, you're proud. You're pumping your chest out, marching that field. Mm. Then you go to the fleet, or to your duty assignment, and life changes. Anyway.
Yeah, you find out what the Navy's really like.
Really like, yeah. Yeah, or the Army, or the Marine Corps. It changes. I remember that one advantage I did have was the fact that I knew the enlisted rank from an officer's rank. My father was a retired chief, 20 years in the Navy. I knew what a chief was, and he's not an officer. Right. So the day I went to go check in at A school in Jacksonville, Florida, to become an aircraft electrician, there was a Marine checking in at the duty door, at the duty office, which there's a first-class petty officer sitting up there. And here's this Marine who was right there. I mean, he is bolt attention. and he is just answering that petty officer up there. Sir, yes, sir, my name is blah, 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 sir. And just standing right there. And here I come in with my sea bag and my uniform, and I slop it down over there. And the guy says, you here to check in? I went, yeah. Hold on, let me get on with this guy. And he went on with this guy, and that Marine just kept answering. And then when he got to me, it was like, what's your name? John Bravo. What are you here for? A school, I think. Aircraft electrician? I don't know. Just making conversation. Because he's a petty officer. He ain't shit. Anyway, such are the tales of... Anyway, let's get back to where we were. We was talking,
John?
We was talking about politics, I think.
Yeah, that's what I was going to say. I was listening earlier, and do you think 15 votes is enough? I'm thinking 25 or something like that.
I don't know. He's not going to make the next round tomorrow. As a matter of fact, he lost 20 votes today. He may lose more tomorrow.
Oh, yeah.
I think he will. I think he'll lose more than that. Are you shitting me? Tim T just came in with $25 donation and said, love the show. Tell the cats I said hello from Nebraska. Outstanding all the way up from Nebraska. I love it. Thank you, Tim. I appreciate it. Nebraska. Isn't that what that says? When we was talking to Uncle Fatty the other day, who lives up in northern Idaho, and I made when you talk about northern Idaho, most people know there's a majority of white supremacist Klan members and all sorts of bullshit that live way up there, have compounds and all that shit. It's known for that. So
God should keep me from a compound.
Yeah, no shit. But bless Uncle Fatty for holding his ground up there. That's why I like the song that I play. I could play the song that talks about John Britavo. Hey, there's a good old boy named John Britavo. He's a great guy. But that song that John Lawrence wrote and sang there speaks to me. This is my hunk of land. This is what I got. All my life, this is what I end up with. And I'm happy with it. If I could just fucking hold on to it. And that's everybody's life. Got a great life if you can hold on to it.
Speaking of singing, we have a birthday.
We have who?
Carol.
Farrell?
No, Carol.
Carol.
Carol
Lowe. Really?
Yep, on YouTube.
Well,
She's got a birthday.
I'm sorry. Y'all just gonna have to put up with it. Happy birthday to you.
Birthday to you.
Happy birthday to you. Happy birthday, dear Carol. Happy birthday to you. And I did that in my best voice, too. So that tells you how lousy I am.
Happy birthday, Carol.
Happy birthday, Carol. And many more, baby. What a day. Cool. There you go. I got one coming sometime. I don't want it. I'm not looking forward to the next one. 71.
No, you just got to reverse the numbers.
Makes my spine triple. Huh?
Just reverse the numbers. You're 17.
17, I feel like it. No, I don't. In my head sometimes, yeah. That's the problem. My wife thinks so. You still no. Them days is gone. Anyway, I don't want to go back to that time. We got to take care of this time. We got to be, most of us are up in our ages.
Hey, John.
Hell's Angel. Yes, dear.
I heard you got some new buttons today.
I did get new buttons. Do you want to see my buttons, Bernadette?
I want to see your buttons.
I do want
Is that what y'all are saying? Y'all want to see my buttons?
I want to see your buttons.
I'm pretty damn proud of my buttons, so I don't mind sharing.
Show it.
Let's,
all right, now
let's
know me.
See what you got. As buttons.
Are you shitting? Well, let's take care of this because Kev Z 247. Kev Z 247 came in with a $10 donation and said, "Just showing support and love the show." Kev Z, thank you. The support for the show, baby. I appreciate every one of you watching this. I do. And where was I?
What was the new buttons?
Oh, buttons.
The new buttons.
I have buttons, baby. You want to see my buttons? I'm going to show you my. Oh, wait a minute. No, not those buttons. These buttons
One
over
of them
here.
is squirrel
And
button?
of course, we're going to start off with our own Aaron Trombley. I like to do this. This is for me. Aaron Trombley is a blue dot. She's a blue dot before she ran the first time. And she didn't give up. She's going back again. And bless her heart. If you got $2 to send, Aaron Trombley is a damn good one to send.
Yep.
and so we want to support her as much as we can. Hey, Bernadette, did Travis give you the list? Or?
Something like that.
Okay. Do you have
Okay.
Following you.
Do you have Gloria Johnson?
I got Gloria Johnson.
There you go, Gloria Johnson.
Gloria.
And she's running in Tennessee. Lord knows we need
Yes, she
Tennessee.
is.
We need to save Tennessee.
Yes, we do. And
this
she's
is for
one
the
of the,
Senate, baby.
She's
she
gonna
is one
say
of the Tennessee Three, and she is deciding that she's going to run against Marsha Blackburn down there in Tennessee. So
When you said that,
Two for
Bernadette,
blue.
I looked up at her face
Yeah.
just now, and yes, I do remember that face. She is one of the Tennessee Three
Yep.
that we saw the news about that they got thrown out for speaking
they
on
did.
the floor. Yes, go Gloria, outstanding, standing tall in Tennessee, baby. And then let me see, because I really do have buttons. We have, you know who this is? This is Anna Kaplan. Guess who she's
Anna
running?
Kaplan.
She is running in New York.
Oh.
Yep.
Yeah. You want to know who she's running against?
Who would that be?
Santos.
That would be Santos, Congressman George Santos. Anna Kaplan is running up there. She's running for Congress. Now this we stand a good chance here, because the people,
yes.
the people up there in New York are a little pissed off here.
Just a
They got
You
hoodwinked by
see
the
that guy
Republicans.
on camera lately? Oh my God! Every time you see George Santo, he's running away from the camera, and he's
Yes.
pissed as shit.
What was this? He had
Okay.
a baby in his hands. That's what I saw. Some report. I barely saw it, but yes, he had a baby in his hand, trying to go down the hallway to get. What was he thinking? The baby was gonna keep anybody from asking him questions or something? I don't know.
Whose baby?
That's a damn good trust.
Where'd he get that baby?
Where did he rent a baby? I think I saw that on one of the late night shows last night or something. You got him from Rent a Baby. Anyway, if we can help Anna Kaplan up there in New York to get George Santos out and we gain a seat, I'm all up for that. And
I am too.
And we have Debbie McCursel Powell, who is running in Florida, baby, for the Senate.
Running to replace Rick Scott out of
Scott.
Florida.
Yeah.
Oh God, you guys, we gotta get
We
rid of
gotta
that
get
guy.
rid of Rick Scott.
Ooh, we gotta get rid of that guy.
So these are our two for blue candidates. We're going to try to keep updating this. That is something that I have to work into Travis's schedule when he has a chance to get in here and update my stuff, because he's got his stuff going on.
Right on.
And so I appreciate my son's work helping keep this show alive. But these are our two for blue. And I always like to caveat it by saying, if you live in a blue state, if you have a Democratic congressman, Democratic senator, and that you're confident you're going to be able to keep that, turn your attention to these states that are battleground states. We picked up Georgia, deep red Georgia. Texas is pink, baby, right now.
Yes, we did.
There is movement,
Yes, we did.
and the more we see from the clown car on the other side, we're going to see this more and more.
The more we need to two for blue, our Democrats, y'all.
We do. This is
Yes,
how we
sir.
get them elected. Is our
And the more we need to get out and make sure our vote matters and is heard. And the only way you can do that is to go vote.
That's it. That's
Only way you get to do it.
That's even more important than the $2. Is your vote, baby.
Absolutely.
Anyway.
Over the weekend, Missy Chick, with her due diligence, it said there was an election on Saturday in Louisiana. And everybody's thinking it's Saturday for an election in Louisiana. Well, yes. Well, they replaced a governor down there with the Republican governor. And he only won by 500,000 votes. And there were way more Democrats in that state that could have voted and not let that happen. That'll happen all across the South and all across this country if we don't get out and vote, regardless of what they're saying on TV and all the rest of that shit. Don't let them stop you. Make sure your papers are in order. You could go to the polls and cast your vote.
Indeed.
It's your voice that says you care about democracy in this country.
That's
So
where
yes,
that's,
you guys.
election matters. Every election.
That
An
vote.
election on Saturday. Who'd have thought that?
Yeah, really.
But that was done on purpose.
Yeah.
And now they have a Republican governor down there in Louisiana.
Because you know what Republicans do?
What do they do?
They vote.
They do.
They damn vote.
Because they're pissed off and they're scared.
Yeah.
I don't want you to go to the polls because you're scared. I want you to go there because you're pissed off at the way they want to take this country.
And that you're confident that we can do this because we actually have the numbers on our side. If
when
we just
vote,
choose to
we
vote.
win. That's the bottom line with Democrats. When we vote, we win. There are more of us than there are of them. Let me send out some more thank yous. Oh, wow. I see what he did. Fontraduff came in with another $2 donation, said, I want to see your cats, all of them. Oh, Lord, baby. You know what I'm going to do?
That's got to be one of those.
I'm going to take a video. I'm going to take a video and tell Travis to put it on a button here so I can hit it, and I will show you what it's like feeding my cats in the morning. I can't hardly open that door in the morning without. I've got 15 to 20 cats waiting for me to come out that door, and Lord have mercy, and if I trip, oh Lord, they'll eat me.
I don't think Fontraduff was a Blue Dot family member when the cats started to be born and they lived in the studio.
This isn't
with you.
I
don't think she was around then.
I love every one of them. That's my problem. Let me thank GMB 627 came in with $2 donation and said, happy birthday, Carol. Love the show. Thank you very much, GMB 627, because he turned right around and came back with another $18 through Super Chat and said, that was supposed to be a $20. Didn't have my glasses on. I can relate, buddy. My glasses ain't worth a shit, but if I take them off, no, we ain't seeing nothing.
Well,
brother.
you can't see with them on.
No,
so
I can't.
There's a difference there.
No difference hardly, but I can. I've got the font turned up on the chat and everything over here, so I can read it.
You got the font turned up on your glasses?
Yeah, it's a little button over here. I can just turn this on. I wish.
John been there, had Coke
I
bottles.
have got to do it. I've got to do it. They really do. It's both me and Marcia both. So y'all pick on her too. Go ahead, right now.
Did you get all those call outs, John, or did you miss
Probably
a couple?
listening right now. Y'all go ahead and jump her ass. Tell her, hey,
John?
What?
Curiosity. Your take on the gag order yesterday.
Let's see how long it takes to break that thing. Oh, wait, Lord, he already did. He's pushing the limit already.
No, this ain't about the gag orders. This is about what are they going to do when he does, because obviously he already has. So what are they going to do
He's
now?
already attacked the judge.
That's what I want to know.
Yeah.
Take some action. You know, don't just keep throwing this piece of paper at him saying, don't say anything. What are you going to do when he does? Because he does.
All the time.
Yeah.
All the time.
That was the big question I had when she put the gag order on him. Well, what are you going to do when he breaks it? Because we all know he is. We know he's going to push that thing right up to whatever limit he thinks he can get by with. But to the rest of it, he's just running his mouth just like he always did. And what is the answer to that? Put him in jail?
3 days in jail every time he breaks it. 3 days.
I'm all for that.
In a county.
And look what that's going to do. That's what I worry about. And that's what he knows. That's what his ace in the hole is. He knows what's going to happen if he goes to jail. Trumpers, like the guy I ran into at the store today, Trump 2024, wanted to slap him. I can't do that. It's against the law. I just told him I would pray for him. See how far John.
Yeah, that's all they're going to do.
That's
all they're going to do is pray.
No, I wanted to slap him, but you can't do that. You can't do that. Michael Johnson came back in with another $2. Michael, thank you very much, and said, I'm still listening. Fuck Trump, fuck Abbott, fuck DeSantis, and fuck Trump Cruz. Vote blue. He's got a lot to say, and he wants to make sure you know.
That's Ted Cruz.
That's Ted Cruz. Oh. I see the capital letters FT, and where does your mind go? I just see big capital FT.
Are you shitting me?
Are you shitting me? And Radiotron 47 came back in with another $10 donation. Radiotron 47, thank you very much, and I'll tell you why I like the number 47 is because my first squadron was VP 47 out of Moffittfield, California. My first duty station. Carry with. Anyway, number Anyway, I want to thank you again for that. Y'all are being very generous, and that is going to help tremendously. Y'all don't know. Anyway, what rat were we stomping on?
we're gag order.
Who?
You know, Bill Joines says it isn't about the gag order as much as it is about the idiot who broke the law to earn it.
He is.
You know, it is kind of the point of just keep pointing out what this man is doing, even if you have to do it in a legal paper.
Even if you have to do it the legal way.
You know,
I would just like to see him get treated like any other citizen in this country and not without all this special fucking difference.
yeah.
I guarantee you, if you had a case in front of the court and you were on social media and your local town news and all of this
I'd be
shit,
in
talking
jail,
shit
John.
about the judge and how the
I'd be in
investigators were
jail.
all crooked and blah, 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 your ass would be arrested. You would be in front of that judge. Well, wasn't he in front of a judge today? I think
He
he
was.
was. He was in front of the judge. He was in his,
Observing.
yes, he was observing again, probably trying to get out of another deposition.
I think the person who was scheduled to testify couldn't make it today.
Really?
Was it Michael Cohen was supposed
Michael
to testify?
Cohen
Michael
is apparently sick or something
Yeah.
like that. And
Some
he
kind
can't
of
make
No
the
medical
wonder
trial
he
right
showed
now.
up. He
So,
thought maybe sitting in front of Michael Cohen would what, intimidate him?
well, of
No,
course,
I don't.
because you know he
The best
he
part,
just dropped his lawsuit against Michael Cohen.
Yeah,
So
he
you got
dropped
to
it.
sit there and
He
growl at him.
dropped it. I love that shit.
Yes.
He dropped his case. Why? Because he was going to have to be deposed. He was going to have to give deposition
Yeah.
in that case, so he dropped the case. Does that
Yeah.
tell you what a lying, stinking piece of scum he is? In his own lawsuit, he cannot testify because he's going to lie. And then what? What you going to do? When you can't turn back for the bridges you burn, and he's burned a lot of them, and they can't wait to kick him in the butt. They wrote
What
a
you gonna
song
do
about it.
when they for you?
That's it. Yeah, actually, when with all the torment and heartbreak, and there is plenty in this world today, I do. Today's vote on Jim Jordan made me smile. I got a little bit of pleasure out of that, a release from all the other bullshit that I listened to.
Mhm.
you know what would be funny
Made me a little bit
is
of
if what would be funny is you put Trump on Survivor with all the other people on The Apprentice.
oh yeah, I'd like to see that. I could write a book about what they'd do to
I would
him
like
anyway.
not to see that motherfucker on TV
really. I don't
ever
want to see
again.
him on a
Word
beach
God.
with.
I've seen enough of that
Yeah,
face.
Ever.
it's hard enough to watch him in a suit. I don't want to see him anything less than that, or his golf or tennis. I don't. It's not not a
Nope.
pretty
Nope.
look. So.
Ooh.
He's got to look presidential though.
Y'all, this
I don't
this
care
is
if he
a-
looked
this
like
is a
Rock
family show.
Hudson. He would still look like a pile of shit to me. Because that's all I see in that man every time I see him. You stinking,
talking about?
lying, treasonous
He would be the person
asshole.
who voted off,
He
You
is.
know,
he would- and you send him to the smallest island.
He just Donnie works on one thing: domination, baby. That's it. He wants to dominate his businesses. He wants to dominate whatever our government, our country. He wants to dominate it. He is the Lord and Master. He's the King. I want everything. You can't beat me. That's who Donnie is. It's who he's always been. A braggart, a disgusting piece of shit. The very first time I ever actually paid attention was when they were making a big thing when he was on the some late night show up in New York. I know y'all know the guy. Damn, it was on the tip of my tongue. Anyway, he was on there with that guy, and he was asking about his daughter, and Trump said that if she wasn't his daughter, he'd be dating her.
You talk about Howard Stern.
Howard Stern, thank you. I was
Yes.
watching Howard Stern. He was on the Howard Stern show, and he said, "Well, if she wasn't my daughter, I'd be dating her." And I'm not too sure he wasn't. And I'm still not too sure he wasn't to this day. So, I don't know. Diaper Don is. He has a disgusting
He
history.
definitely gets a little handsy with her.
Yes, he does. That
He
hand
get
slips
a he
all the
gets
way
a
down
lot
there, low
handsy
on that
with her.
hip. Yeah, yeah.
Hey, it's getting
Even on, and
yeah.
then
You know,
You
you know what really made me sick was when he was inaugurated, when he come
I
out,
thought you said when he was a
she come
Nazi.
out, she no, no, well he
He
is,
is.
but when she came out, and you can see by his eyes were fixated on her boobs and her hips, and he literally was patting her down, and she folded her arms up in a protective nature, kind of laughing and turning away. That's not a natural response. This
I
is
don't think
something that's been
there's
going
never
on.
anything natural within any of those kids, her or her two brothers. You know,
No, I agree
you
there.
know, Don Jr. comes the closest to him. He's trying to emulate his daddy in every way he can to be as big a dick as he can. Eric, he's just, like they always make fun of him on, like he's just trying to get attention. Hey, Dad, I'm over here, Dad. I don't know. It's a disgusting
Yeah,
family
Don
because if you
Jr.
look back at his history, just about every contractor that ever worked on any of his projects had to take his ass to court to get paid. And they did not get paid what the contract called for. He screwed people over all his life. The biggest people he screwed over is good fashioned, hard working Americans. But those are the ones that want to vote for him, put his name on their hard hat or something. I don't know why they do it. It's just this mantra. They think the Republicans are the only patriots in the group, that they're willing to fight for this country. Well, guess what? It's really the Democrats that are fighting for this country, with the ideals that we should hold to. That's what we're fighting for. Not that we've always had them. We're not. We're not. We've not realized any of the dreams that we say we're founded on. We're not there yet, and probably won't be there in our lifetime. The thing is, we march forward. There's the battle. It's not all the bullshit that the Republicans throw out on the table about this judge, or we're going to impeach Biden for this, or we're going to Hunter's laptop that, or whatever the bullshit stories they want to throw up on the right. It's all a bunch of bullshit to scream about while they refuse to do the people's work. It is the Democratic Party that does the people's work, not that we don't have problems in our house. Senator Menendez is a prime example of that. But this is our house, baby. Republicans take up half the house. God just got to get them to make up the
they're
fucking
not
bed,
doing their job.
sweep the
And
floor,
what we saw today,
take out the
we
trash.
paid for.
Yes.
We paid for.
Has anybody
And
has anybody heard?
every day that those people are not in Congress doing their job, we are paying for their salaries
Their
and
vacations.
their health care and their vacations,
Sure.
and they're taking this fucking time off. And we got so many days before they need to pass a budget. Otherwise, these Republicans are going to try to shut the government down again. And I think that this whole process of not having a speaker and dragging this shit out is all a part of it.
There's
That,
talk right
and it's
now.
designed to make Biden fail.
Right now, there's talk within the House of giving pro tem Speaker Patrick more authority. Uh,
And that's
adjust
never
the
been
rules
done
to give
before.
him more authority to introduce legislation on the floor.
Yeah,
Good.
he can only deal with what's already kind
Yeah.
of there, right?
Nothing new, just what's on the table when McCarthy went out the door. But we could get some business done. That would be a step in in the right direction to bring the aisles closer together. But
Are you serious?
No, they could do
There's
that.
no
The Democrats
bills?
could join. If we wanted Speaker Jim Jordan, the Democrats could have just handed it to him. We could hand it to anybody. That they put up. If you get every Democrat to vote, but no, that's not going to happen. That's what I was talking about. What's his name? Bouchard, congressman out of, I want to say Illinois. Talked to him about him the other day when he was on TV. Bouchard said, "Well, we're going to get Jim Jordan elected speaker, and it's going to be a bipartisan vote, I believe, and we're going to see some Democrats from the other side stick." No, that's why I said in my rant, I want to see the Democrat that votes for Jim Jordan. I want to know who that guy is, because I'm going to rake his ass over the coal if there's one Democrat that would vote for that insurrectionist son of a bitch.
Yep.
There is a slim possibility of Jim or Jeffries actually being able to, if the ceiling gets low enough where they have you know, not non-president or anything like that. It could come down to actually the Democrats. What do they have to lose? There's a small majority of people that could step out of that, and 212, which the Democrats have, could put him in there no problem.
You know, the fantasy here would be that we would have enough Republicans cross the aisle and indeed get Jeffries the speaker. And I don't think Jeffries would abuse that against the Republicans. I think Jeffries, if he did take it under these conditions, would be a very moderate speaker.
Make
Absolutely.
no doubt about it that if the Democrats ever did a deal with the Republicans, 5 minutes after they're elected, they're going to change that deal and not hold it up.
Yeah, they're
because
gonna
that's
start
what they
screaming.
do.
Yeah,
Exactly.
no, it's a pipe dream. I wish it would happen. I wish I could see like 10 or 20 Republicans cross the aisle, vote for Jeffries, and Jeffrey becomes the first Democratic speaker in a Republican House in history, I believe. If I'm not mistaken, somebody could check that out, but I don't think it's ever happened. And it's not going to happen now, but it's a pipe dream. It's something that you wish the country could come together and get away from the clown car on that side.
You wish that these people who have taken an oath for their office would stand up for democracy and the Constitution and want to do a job for the people that they're supposed to represent.
That's the problem.
Because this is
Bernadette,
the House of Representatives.
Well, why do you think they're throwing the worst choices out there? Why do you think they're doing that?
Why?
Because they want to keep this shut down.
Exactly, and that's why I said that.
It's purposeful.
They want to rule, not represent.
There is nothing.
They have people that they named today that said, "I don't want the job."
Well, Kevin McCarthy said he doesn't. Steve Scalise says he doesn't want it because he got his pennies in a while because nobody wanted to vote for
there
David
was
Duke.
3 or 4 of them who said, "I don't want that job."
No, when you're getting heat from your own constituents about the whole shut the government down thing,
Indeed.
You know, as far as the budget goes, and get everybody upset about that.
They're willing to shoot ourselves in the foot and scream they stubbed their toe.
Down effect.
You know?
Ask John about this one. When you're trying to herd cats, there's a whole lot of claws.
Yeah, it's a lot of claws. I got a starting gate on my leg, Marcia. I got a scratch probably about 8 inches long or something. A cat was in my lap. I was wearing shorts, something, I don't know. Scared the cat, and the cat took off. Using me for a starting block. Jesus. Yes, I have cats. I love them all, though. I'm got to brag about my little Peggy. I think y'all remember her. She was the one that we took with her mama to go get spayed. And her mama died after that. But Peggy, she's become so docile. Anyway, she loves Vicky. She loves Vicky, and that forms Mark. Yes, Dave.
Matt Gaetz, have you noticed in the last week he's turned him up whining about the speakership now because they don't have a speaker and they're not getting nothing done, but he's the one that caused it?
I guess I wonder who did that.
Wah, 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 wah.
Yeah,
wah,
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 wah, wah, wah. That's just so funny because it was Matt Gaetz that removed Kevin McCarthy. So Matt Gaetz needs to shut his mouth, period. You know, he is the one that pushed the stone down the hill and got all this stuff rolling. It just got bigger and bigger and picked up all the shit on the way down until you at the bottom.
We need to make sure he gets out.
Yes.
Oh,
you know, that's it is so. We talk about the elections because it isn't just about we want to win. This is how we save this country from the obvious direction the Republicans want to take it in. You don't have to be. Go ahead, Dave.
Oh, well, no, just let Gates stir the shit pot and hopefully he licks the spoon.
Somebody needs to shove that spoon.
There was
butt.
one name that did not come up in the vote today, and I doubt that it'll come up tomorrow. Know who that is?
Who?
Fuck Trump himself.
I'm sorry.
That's good.
Y'all don't know how hard this job is. I'm sitting here trying to maintain a conversation, and then all of a sudden, wait a second. Wait a minute. See, this shit goes by. There it is. Okay, there it is. We're having a conversation. All of a sudden, look up at the chat there, and Greg comes in and says, Trump's homosexual history is how he got owned by Russian loan sharks Rupert Murdoch and Putin. And so all of a sudden my mind's going, oh yeah, I wish that story would come out in the news. And anyway,
Well, the Russians got it on camera.
I'm sure they do. Anything that happened while he was in Russia is on camera.
Oh,
He
yeah.
went to go
So they
take a
say.
crap. The camera was on him. I don't give a shit what anybody says. They have video of him the whole time he was there. So
Him and
yeah, if
Giuliani.
he did something,
In a room.
that would explain his love affair. They say with Putin, because that I thought that was going to be the big turning point when we saw him in Helsinki standing next to Putin and he kissed Putin's ass in front of the world.
I
And that
think
is exactly what he did, and I thought, look at that.
I think Putin doesn't have any dirt on Trump, but I think Putin said, people who don't like me tend to disappear, and you don't want to disappear too, Donald Trump, do you?
You don't see Donald
Well, I
want to
think
run
that's
over there
really
and
all
visit
of
him.
it.
That's a hell of a lot more like it.
Yeah. Gee, something happened to
Yeah, I
Donnie's
don't think
plane.
they have.
Damn. Should have hired better mechanics on that plane. Huh? It fell right out of the sky. Look at there. Yeah. Yeah, nobody dies accidentally in Russia if you're up at the level. You're not dying accidentally.
He might build a tower over there and they push him out of it.
Well, that's what Donnie was pissed off because, way a long time ago when he was doing the Miss America contest thing, he wanted a tower in Russia. That's where,
Yeah, and he had the Russians in his Las Vegas hotel.
Yeah,
But
right.
let's not forget, when he was in Helsinki, there was something that Putin gave him. Does anybody remember what that was?
Yes, it was, yes, I
Herpes?
do. Wait a minute, my Rolodex. I want to say soccer ball.
That's correct, John.
Is it?
Was a soccer ball.
How about that
Yeah.
Rolodex? God damn it.
I wonder what was inside the soccer ball.
Exactly, Mr. Chick. Okay. And I wonder if
A
he
little
still
listening
has
device
the
while he,
soccer ball.
while he walks around with a cycle ball.
Hey, this is how the Russians work. Okay, and that was just way too easy.
Well,
And why
when
is
he
soccer
brought him
Neither
into
one of them are
into the
soccer
Oval
ball
Office, inside the Oval
Yeah,
Office,
Exactly.
like it was nothing. Come on in, boys. Look what I just got. That's who he is, though. That's truly who he is. Look at these digs, man. I got some shitty house, man, but the office is great here, ain't it? And
Well, it's on tape as far as the paper shuffling too.
everything is on tape with this guy. Does it matter to these maggots? Evidently not.
No,
Just the other day,
everything's
Monday,
CGI and
yesterday,
blah, blah, whatever.
he's up there bad mouthing the judge, called our military the stupidest people he's ever met when he was referencing Millie, but then he said, well, the military guys, they're the stupidest people I've ever met. Fuck you. And these maggots are still cheering for your ass out there? Go America. Yeah, fuck them troops. They're a bunch of dumbasses. Go America. It's the idiocracy of it. The pure stupidity. That you're standing
it's
up there
America.
cheering for a man that is standing there telling you that the people that are joining the military for this country are so stupid. They're the stupidest people he's ever met. Why? Because Donnie is the only one that ever will have brains enough to become this glorious leader, the commander-in-chief, the grand poobah, or whatever fucking else title you can think of. That's who he thinks he is. Because no matter what it is, it benefits him. He's not in it for this country or anything else except the money, the power, and the glory. That's it. Anyway,
Well,
And by
he
that,
sold his time.
money.
and by that,
He sold his time.
what's that, Mitch?
And
I said he only cares about money. That's
That's
all he gives a fuck.
Well, he cares about his image too. He's the greatest.
But that's tied to the money. You see, he only cares about his image insofar as it allows him to inflate his worth. And this whole thing is going to come crashing down on him, by the way.
And he just demonstrated that again because he said recently he said Mar-a-Lago was the most expensive building in the world because
He
it
keeps
bears
saying that.
his name. That's the reason, because it's his hotel. Well, it's worth
There's
$100
nothing
billion
more
because
deli-
it's,
There's nothing more deliciously ironic than watching Donald Trump stand there in the vestibule of the courthouse and lie and do the same inflating that he's being sued for,
charged
that he's-
for.
right? And Nobody. Here's what blows my mind: is you have all the press standing. You can hear the. I mean, I don't know who still takes pictures with camera that clicks and shutters, but
Yeah,
whatever.
yeah.
You can hear the shutters whirring, and everybody's got their microphone. Why does nobody ask that dumb, fat, stupid traitor as fuck if he paid $1.5 billion worth of taxes on that property?
Yeah,
No
that's a
one
simple
will
question. Did
ask
you pay
him.
the taxes on what you say it's worth?
How much?
But,
Just say, excuse me, Mr. Former President. Last year, when you paid your taxes for Mar-a-Lago, what did you pay based on what? Was it based on $1.5 billion? It was it based on I think it's $23 million with all the various and sundry restrictions that he has had on the property to keep his taxes down.
I have a slight suspicion I know what he did. I think he probably went in front of the court and was begging in front of the court about how pitiful it was, and the damn thing is all broke down and it needs repairs, and they can't do anything about it, and they're having to borrow money from people all over the world. Oh, fuck off. Yeah, that's what he does when he goes in front of the. I'm sorry, I wanted to play with one of my buttons. I hardly ever hit one of my buttons anymore. You know, could just tell him to stand right here and wait for the bus. It's coming anymore. Oh shit! You stepped too close.
I remember. One of the things that's out of his ego right now is being off the Forbes 400. I imagine that's pissing him off pretty good.
Oh yeah, I understand he's suing him. He's suing him.
What?
Because they took him off the list and he don't think he should. Hey, let me thank you for my mouth sometimes. Keith Thompson came in with a $10 donation. Thank you, Keith. Marine, thank you. I appreciate you. Jim Jordan, the Ohio State scandal. Jim's involvement in the January 6th treason. Why is this guy running for government office? Who is letting him? Yeah. Yeah, you just want to cringe. Are you people stupid? Do you know who you got there? Do you know who Tommy Tubbashit is? Come on, man. These are not statements. Jim Jordan hasn't done a... Don't get me on a rant. That guy has done... I proudly call him Jacket Off Jordan. You can interpret that any way you want. But he's always got his jacket off because he's rolled up his sleeves there and he's getting ready to get down to business and he's going to get into whatever the fuck it is. And it's all... It is just all pure bullshit and theater with that man.
Jacket Off
Mr.
Jordan is
Benghazi.
not a good name.
And what did they say after the Benghazi hearings? All them hearings. Well, have you seen the Democratic numbers? Because that's what it was about. They will run this country to the ground. They will denigrate it. They will hurt it as much as they can so they can point at it and say, look how terrible things are. You need to elect us to fix this shit. Yeah. No, I don't think so.
Jacking Off Jordan is really not a good name, especially with that scandal in Ohio. That's kind of wrong.
You know, everybody knows there have been people, as far as I understand, I haven't read through the whole damn case, and I'm not a lawyer, but people that say he was very knowledgeable of what happened when he was a coach in college and that he turned a blind eye. Yeah, I can see it just by the way the man acts now. Yeah, he's not up for this truth and honesty and bullshit. No, he's not for the American way bullshit. He's in there to promote Jim Jordan the same way Donald Trump was in there. He doesn't give a fuck
about America.
No, it's an act for him. It's every day he gets in front of the camera and he does something and I'll do this. Have you introduced any legislation there, Congressman? Have you brought forth any grand ideas? No. That's not his job. What has my congressman done? Nothing. My congressman, he's just sitting down here in a chair waiting for the Republican Party to slap him back in the head and tell him what to do, because that's what he does. And Michael Johnson just came back in with another $2. Michael, thank you, and be careful, buddy. Only I can fix it. Laughing my freaking ass off. Fuck Trump, fuck Sporkfoot, fuck George Santos, and fuck Bob. Wait a minute. FBOB. Fuck Bob. Anybody else interpret that? Anyway. Michael, KY, thank you very much, brother. I appreciate it. No. Jim has no integrity at all. His mom failed in a big way. Dragon with a girl tattoo. I like that. Yeah. But that's who they're putting up. That's what should disgust every one of us, is who they have put forth as our leaders. Steve Scalise, really? He didn't even. He lasted that one vote. He got out the door. You can see the handwriting on the wall. The biggest story that came out of that: Steve Scalise, the junior David Duke. That's the story that came out of him jumping into the speaker's race. It wasn't it. Steve Scalise from Louisiana is going to be speaker. No. Well, this just in.
I don't know.
Steve Scalise, quote Steve Scalise. I'm David Duke without the flag. That's what's his quote. Without the baggage. And that's who the Republican Party wants to put up. That's just sad. Sad for our nation that we have to put up with such ignorance from a political party. You know, we only got two parties in the race. We have more, but it's a two-party system. And right now, one party is just nothing but a clown car hell bent on driving off the cliff so they can describe the scene to you. It was terrible. Yeah. When they're the one in the driving scene. But right now, with the world situation the way it is, come on, man. We need leadership at this time. We got it in the fact with Joe Biden. He's going there. At least that's leadership. He is, and he's going on the ground. Go ahead, Mitch.
And we talked about this a lot, John, in 2020, that we were a little, I was very concerned. Number one, would Biden win? And he did. Yeah. And number two, is he going to do the right thing? And against my better judgment, and I'm not saying I'm a big fan of Biden. I'm not going to put his name on my truck or anything like that.
Yeah.
But
I know.
All accounting aside, he's done a very, very good job, all things considered.
All
now,
things, yes.
Do Americans agree with me by and large? No. But, through that lens of bias, we have 40 or so percent of the country looking to propaganda for their information. So they're getting very skewed information. And you can even get Trump standing up there saying, oh, the trial's about Letitia James told Engoron that he convinced, and here's what he said that Letitia James convinced Engoron that Mar-a-Lago was worth $18 million. And that's what Trump's beef is. He actually has his followers thinking that that's what this case is about. Really?
James Price just said Joe Biden might not be the president we wanted, but he's the president we needed. I would tend to agree. We needed him.
Yes, I support
and Mitch knows who I was. I tell everybody, I was a Bernie Sanders guy. And until Biden became the nominee, I was pushing Bernie Sanders. I wanted that kind of direction. I want some bold moves for the people of this country. I don't give a shit about the defense funding. We could cut that a whole lot and move that money over to the people's side. No, we didn't do that.
And I'm not thrilled that he's not really taking up the mantle of universal health care, which is very important to me.
Indeed.
And people like me.
It should be to so many of us in America. It's important to me because I know what I get from Federal Employees Health Benefit Plan. I retired from the federal government. I get a pretty good deal. Not the best deal. Don't think I'm getting free insurance. No, I pay. And it's not cheap. But it's better than any deal you can get from an insurance company. I guarantee you that. So at the least, we could impact it in that direction, but we're not. Because why? Because business, baby. It's the same thing as the defense budget. Healthcare is no different. You need a doctor. Oh, you need surgery. Oh, boy, shit. That's going to cost you. Hope you got insurance. Ain't got insurance? Well, the county hospital down there, they got a line you could go. And that's how we do it in this country. If you have money, if you have good... And having money will not guarantee you shit if you got cash. Because I often say it, a family member of mine who was very well off before he passed away died in the waiting room of a hospital because he didn't have insurance. Well, didn't bring enough cash to the emergency room. It's a disgusting game we play in this country. Yes, healthcare should be a right in this country.
Human brinksmanship. Healthcare should be a right. Housing should be a right. Food should be a right. Water should be a right. Clothing should be a right. And anybody who argues against that is a fucking evil fascist. Sorry.
Why would you argue against that?
Well,
well, they
because
would
you're
come
gonna
up,
put
well,
these
that's
people
just
out
a
of
bunch of
business.
welfare pull your boots up like I did. And bullshit. Bullshit.
No
It
doubt.
doesn't work that way. Not everybody
Never has.
has that opportunity to pull their bootstraps up. There's no jobs, baby, where they live. What
John,
do you do? Huh? Yes, dear.
time for some
Oh,
housekeeping.
shit.
Time
Well,
to run the credits.
let me thank Michael Johnson, who came in with $5. Michael, thank you very much. You donated several times tonight, brother. I appreciate it. Remember. And he said, remember the 10-year-old boy that was molested by Trump, paid off. Let's remember the Christian values. 2 for blue. Who's the Johnson gal? Fuck Trump. Who's the Johnson gal? Oh, that was Gloria Johnson, and she is running in.
Gloria Johnson.
Yeah, she is running in uh, uh,
Tennessee.
Oh, that's right. Looked at her face instead of trying to read it. Yes, that's
She's running for senator in Tennessee. She was part of the Tennessee 3 that the the legislature down there tried to kick out the legislature. They managed to kick out the justice, but they didn't exactly kick her out. They just censured her on the floor. But she's running for Marsha Blackburn's seat. So yes,
she would be a great one to get the hell out of there.
A real good replacement for that
Yes.
seat down there in Tennessee.
Oh my God, what a ignorant shithead that woman is.
Yeah.
Oh my God.
Yeah.
She's the Jim Jordan. She's just like Jim Jordan, screaming about all sorts of social issues and bullshit. She's a right wing. She's one of the teabaggers. Jesus, these people came out of the woodwork. That's what they were. The Freedom Caucus, my ass. No, you're teabaggers. That's where you came from.
She's a time-wasting fucking joke is what she is.
Right.
And she needs to be replaced.
The Republican Party is right now awash in those people that don't really give a shit. They're there for the circus, the money, fame, whatever. They're not there to do the people's business. Anyway, I guess we ought to wrap it up. I didn't even notice the time had flown by. See what good conversation we had anyway.
Yeah.
Dave, I appreciate you very much. Thank you for coming in. Enjoy yourself.
Thank you.
Take care of yourself up there. We appreciate you.
Yeah, and we're burning one right now for you, John.
Oh, I appreciate that. Not only that, but thanks to Tony Boyd, I have butane.
Yeah.
In my lighter, and this lighter Tony sent me. After he sent it to me, I've never had a nice lighter like that. That is a nice lighter.
What?
When you pick it up, you go, wow,
You've had that,
that's
what,
a nice
6 months
lighter.
now?
Huh?
3 months? You've had that
I've
for
had
3
it
months now?
I don't know if it's been 3 months. I know it's been a month or so. Month and a half.
Yeah.
Yeah, I
How
smoked
many
a lot
times you
of
sold it?
tobacco. Yeah, that's it. Anyway, no, don't do that. Let me thank
Thanks, Sean.
Bontra Death, who just came in with another $2 to remind me credits. Where's the credits? Credits due. And there they are. Thank you, Bontra Death. Anyway, Dave, thank you for coming in. And remember, answer the door, bub. It could be Dave.
Yes, sir.
He's coming to your house.
I asked.
All right. And Mitch,
Yes.
thank you, sir. I appreciate it tremendously.
Happy to be here. Sorry I had to jump out for a little while, but I gotta pursue all leads when it comes to restoring my employment status.
Yes, I hope that goes well, and I know it will. But yeah, I wish you all the best in that direction.
All right. And if not, then we'll be moving in with you, John.
Hey, we got room, buddy. Don't worry. I got lots of room. Lots of room.
All right. Good night, all you blue
I
dots.
love you,
Take
Mitch.
care.
Tell
Bring it back
Julie
to you.
I send my love.
Will do.
All right, brother.
Night.
And I want to say goodnight to Angie. Angie was here a little while ago. I don't know what happened to her. She dropped out, but I want to thank her for coming in and joining the conversation too. Anyway, Miss Chick, you got anybody you want to thank tonight? Or call out for sharing that
I
shit?
have a couple of call outs, but first of all, I want to remind people that happen to be in Florida's first district.
First district in Florida.
Yeah,
What's
where
up?
the notorious Matt Gates is.
Oh, is that Matt Gates territory?
There's somebody else they could vote for there if they're Democrat.
Who?
Gail Valamont is running against Matt Gates. So
Make sure we get his name so we can do a two.
her, Gail.
Her.
I think
I'm
it's
sorry,
her.
Gail. Can't hear you.
Yeah.
Eyes
And
bad.
we also have. Where'd my page go?
It's right there.
Jim
Then
Jordan.
there you go.
Jim Jordan in Ohio, right?
Right.
Yes.
And we need to get rid of that piece
That
of
guy
doo-doo.
needs
That
to
guy.
come on, Ohio.
And as far as I know, there's at least 3 Democrats right now running against him. So I don't know which one would be the best pick, but pick one.
Pick one. If you're up in Ohio, take a look at the Democratic side. I'm sure probably by election time, surely
It'll
they're going to
narrow
narrow
down.
it down, I hope. Till
And
they'll
then we'll
just
get a
be,
name for you.
if we find
Yeah.
out, we will pass it along.
We will pass it along. Yeah.
That's all.
Okay. Anyways, and we did learn in Louisiana that what happened was, even though there tends to be more Democratic voters registered, they did not get out and vote.
There's a problem.
No.
And I
There's
can
a
tell
problem
you
with
there are a
that.
lot of Democratic-minded people in Louisiana. It's a pretty liberal state if you ever go to New Orleans, you know.
Now I know
ball
there
game.
was map concerns and some redistricting bullshit going on down there.
But when you're
But
voting
this
for
is
governor, it doesn't matter. That doesn't. You still
exactly,
your vote. Yeah.
There were a 500,000 more registered Democrats than there were Republicans, and this man got in by a 500,000 votes.
Yeah.
So
It's all about
that's
getting out
what
the
I'm
vote,
saying.
baby.
That's giving it away when there's more of us than there is them, and we got to
That's
do
bad
better
on
than that
us,
if
not
we
bad on them.
want to keep our democracy.
It means
Because
everything,
these
baby.
Republicans are not playing about taking your rights and your democracy away from you. They ain't playing about that shit.
They
They are
do it
dead
one
serious.
district
See
at a
that shit
time
every
across this
day.
country. That's how
Every
it
day.
does.
And don't take these primaries lightly. You know, the
No.
primaries are important.
Indeed.
Absolutely.
Anyway,
So we got to do better than that.
got anything
I
else,
do
Miss
have
Chick?
a couple of shout outs.
All right, let's see who the shout outs are.
Rebecca Wilson from Texas.
Outstanding.
Mike Licky from Virginia. Ramon Pollitt from North Carolina.
North Carolina.
Richard Hayes from New York.
Outstanding.
Fred Atwood from Tennessee.
Love Tennessee.
And Sheila Stewart from Nevada.
From Nevada. Outstanding. Welcome to the family, and thank you for sharing that shit. Because it all depends on how much we share. This family grows when you share the shit. So share.
And John?
Yes, dear.
We are over 23,000 now.
Yes, we are. How about that shit? On YouTube, we've been watching the numbers, and they have been climbing up. We went over 23,000 on YouTube. We're still at about 68,000, 68.7 thousand, I think, on TikTok. On Facebook, we're at 40,000. So yeah, this family grows again. Y'all make it grow, not me. This ain't me. This whole conversation is just I'm just a pretty face you get to look at. And believe me, I'm trying to work on that problem too. That you get to look at more than just my face. It gets old after a while. That's what Mama told me. Anyway, she thinks if I cut my beard off, I'd be 20 years younger. Ain't happening. Grown attached to my beard, leave my beard alone. Anyway, I love you, Miss Chick. Thank you, darling, for everything that you do for this family.
You're welcome, John.
Thank you. And Bernadette.
And John, I want to give some shout outs too.
Do you? Who you got to shout out?
I want to shout out a couple of really cool Blue Dots,
Go
man.
ahead.
I want to shout out
We got a lot
Ms. Linda.
and AKA
BW.
Mary Ellen?
Yes,
There
and
you
BW. And our one and only Missy Chick. These are some awesome ladies who help to make this Blue Dot family happen, and they are our Discord and our YouTube moderators. And I want to shout out these ladies for the work they do behind the scenes that y'all don't.
Yes.
Y'all have no idea. I mean,
sometimes it gets to be a much, and I know on personal basis too, because Blue Dots have a tendency to go to our moderators when there's a problem. So these ladies have to absorb those things and deal with them.
Want to shout out these ladies for the hard work that they do and just being a Blue Dot moderator, because they don't have to be.
Nope.
That's for sure.
This is a voluntary thing. You jump in.
All by choice.
Yeah,
and
indeed.
Bernadette, I'm gonna say you're our fearless leader.
Oh no, I'm just.
That's her. No, 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 no. Let's
Little.
point out Bernadette. She's the leader. She's the. No, I'm just kidding, baby. But you know.
No, but she's the person that we go to as moderators.
Bernadette
I'm just trying
carries
to
a
make
heavy
sure
load. She
things work
does.
behind the scenes, and I keep things moving along. I'm just a sorter of sorts.
And
Okay.
remember, Bernadette's life is not that easy either. So
No.
Bernadette is juggling a lot of
Bernadette's a black woman in America. Life is not that easy.
not that easy anymore, baby.
But I do the best with what I got to work with.
That's all we can do. That's all we can
That's
do.
all I can
and
do.
if it weren't for the help of friends, I wouldn't make it. Tony Boyd's help today pulled my ass out of the ditch, made my day, gave me a little bit of breathing room.
He is such a gentleman.
Tony's a great guy. I was on doing a video talk with him. Let me see. 4 minutes, 5 minutes before I hit the button to go live. So we were just talking. So he's a hell of a guy. I'm going to call him again tomorrow. Anyway, Bernadette, indeed, a big part of the heart in this family is you, and we appreciate you keeping it beating.
Hey, just trying to keep the flow flowing around here. That's all.
Didn't that sound good, though?
Yeah, it did sound good.
Yeah,
and you guys are welcome. I enjoy doing this, and otherwise I wouldn't be here either. So I want to see our country survive.
We do
and
this
that's why I'm here.
from our heart, baby.
Yeah.
Everybody on this show comes in here with their heart open, baby. Anyway, come back. We'll come back Thursday, and we'll have more open heart surgery. So bring your heart, baby. Anyway. I want
and vote.
And vote.
Like your life depends on it, because it does.
Because it does.
Yep.
Anyway. Oh, I had an idea right before I hit the live button, and I'll talk to you later in the Blue Room, because it's about how we start the show and how we were supposed to do the 2 for Blue at the beginning, and I didn't do that. And anyway, I got a plan.
We'll talk about it in the Blue Room after the show.
After the
that's
show.
What you missed.
And right
that's
after
what you miss if you don't come in.
Indeed. And we ain't leaving until we say thank you to Keith Thompson, Rob Marine, came in with a $5 donation and said, "What I am seeing are talking heads who have not served a day in the American military, old or new." Brother.
Yeah.
It's us, brother. We're the ones, and the ones like us. The 1%ers, brother. That's who we are.
1%.
The 1%ers. Anyway, Keith, I love you. Thank you for that. I love this whole family. I want to thank everybody for showing up and being a part of this. Those names going by on the screen, they are the life, the heart that keeps this thing going every month with that $1 donation or whatever it is that they give every month. That helps me stay on the air, baby, as do those donations you see tonight. I'm in the same boat everybody else in, treading water, baby, and that's all we can do. Anyway, I love you. Thank you for being here. Y'all say goodnight to everybody.
Good night, everybody.
Good night, everybody. We will be back here again Thursday night for another Blue Dot Family meeting, so take care of yourself. Tomorrow's hump day. We'll see what we can get done, and then we slide into Friday, beer and bud, and another week. It's a cycle, baby, and we're going to keep pedaling. Anyway, y'all take care. Bye now.